Benevolence, dear immortals. You can call me Whimsical William. Welcome to my channel. Psst, hey. Are you a fan of Dandadan? Are you hyped about the anime? Did you start reading it a long time ago? Were you on the fence about it, but you heard the anime opening theme and it was lit? So you're like, oh man, let me jump on the bandwagon. I feel you. I've been reading this manga for a while. I started online. If you are only watching the anime and you haven't checked out the manga, I implore you to. Just look at these insane covers. The manga has absolutely beautiful art. I started reading it online because the story was just insane and I really needed to know what happened next, but I just don't like reading digitally that much. So I waited for it to come out in English. I knew it was going to come out. And I'm a little salty because I told people this is going to get an anime. This is for sure going to get an anime. It's insane. People didn't care. I was unheard and ignored. And look at it. The anime is hype. It's got crazy memes. It's got a pretty big fan base now. And I'm not gonna gatekeep and say, oh, I knew it before everybody else. But that kinda is the truth. Now, Down to Down is great. Let me show you a little bit of art inside real quick. Insanity, right? A lot of action, a lot of shading, dynamic lines, very interesting and unique character detail work with their facial structure and their hair. It's just dope. Now, I make this video not to sing the praises of Dandadan. Most of us, if you're watching this video or you might have watched another video, your friends are talking about it, you're talking about it, you know that Dandadan is fire. You know that the story is insane. You know that the characters are wild, the premise is crazy, and somehow they managed to, put a love, romance subplot in it, which is, it's kind of crazy how they worked that out, but they did that. By the way, peep the shirt. Kuromi is the GOAT, but let me not deter from my topic. Today, I don't want to talk about or sing the praise of Dandadan. I want to try to convince you to read or watch another anime because you're a fan of Dandadan. Just like the title, for fans of Dandadan. If you're a fan of that anime or manga, please check out Dead Demons, Destruction. Also, if you're a fan of Goodnight Punpun, or in Japanese, Oyasumi Punpun, you're gonna love this. In my humble opinion, I kind of like the art a little bit more in Dead Demons because it has a goofy cartoon style with hyper-realism, which is just incredible. And the panel layouts are, in my opinion, a little bit more unique, and also they just render more action. Even when you're looking at a scene where nothing is moving, the panel setup is so intricate and so detailed that it feels like everything in the panel is moving. It really captures what it feels like to watch anime, but for it to be paused. My apologies if you hear the siren in the background. The world is probably gonna blow up. I don't know. It's a dark time for us, if you know, you know. But yeah, let me show you some of the art for Dead Demons. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna say Dead Demons instead of saying Dead Demons Destruction. It's just too much. You see what I'm talking about? Those panels have so much fluidity and movement. And the character designs are insane. There was a character that had her hand up, her arm up like that. And she's my favorite character. She's actually on volume 2. She's always drooling and she's always saying something ridiculously unhinged. Like, she's hilarious, so funny. Viz Media does these. These are the signature series, very high quality. These paperbacks have the French flaps. I don't know if you can see that. Got some color pages available for you too. And the French flaps, what I really like about them in this series is it reveals more of the cover. So that's pretty cool. Now, why do I compare these two mangas and animes? And by the way, cool thing about Dead Dead Demons is this is the first anime that Inyo Asano is getting, because his other works are just a little too much for animes. I feel like they could be animes, but they would just be very difficult to watch. Like, Goodnight Punpun, this is just so wild, so dark, so depressing. And he has another work called Solanin. I honestly, quote me if I'm wrong, don't quote me if I'm wrong, Solanin, I think this has a live action. No anime, but a live action. This is one of my favorite works of his. I think it's really underrated. It's also very depressing, but there's a hint and a gleam of hope towards the end of the story. It's really beautifully written. I'm a sucker for music. If it's about music, I'm kind of interested immediately. Alright, so let me show you the covers for Down to Down real quick, and then I'll tell you about the premise. You got Volume 1. The GOAT. She's so funny. All she does is play first-person shooters like Call of Duty games and like yell at people online. All the other characters are, I don't know, they're kind of forgettable for me. But the main character and her, she's pretty cool because her art style is so different from everybody else's. Yeah, I remember those characters like crazy. There's a few other characters that are amazing. And I don't know. They just this cute character, really cool. The gap in the teeth, love the gap. This character has a secret. I won't say. I'll try not to give any spoilers. By the way, this manga is complete. I just started watching the anime, but it looks absolutely gorgeous, and it has like an epilogue that kind of shows you just how dark the world of this manga and anime can be. But this manga is complete at 12 volumes. Usually Inyo Asano's work ends around like 12, 13 volumes, or he just does a standalone, one volume issue, whatever you want to call those. So yeah, let's compare. So both of these mangas and animes have the big theme of aliens. Down to Dawn's aliens are very invasive. Well, no, I wouldn't even say that. They're aggressive. Like, they're like trying to do some nasty stuff. But with the addition of aliens, there is another subplot or a counterpart to the main plot about ghosts and spirits and things like that. So that really makes Down to Dawn unique. Dead Dead Demons doesn't have that, but their alien trope is so unique that I implore you to just check it out. That first epilogue, that anime, is gonna blow your mind. It's so sinister, it's so dark, but it looks cute. And me being a fan of Madoka Magica, I love cute things that are dark. And that's exactly what Dead Dead Demons is. It looks adorable, it's kind of goofy. It has such a dark, mature theme, but not mature to the point where it's like you have to be an adult to watch this. Like, it's like, I mean, it is rated M for mature, but it's more so for the bloodshed that kind of happens. But other than that, it's not super horrible, but obviously if you're not, an adult, don't read it. And honestly, I feel the same way for Down to Dawn. Like, Down to Dawn's also rated M for mature. It has suggestive language. It's really bloody. So kids, don't read this. Parents, don't let your kids read this. I will say that here's a similarity. You got plus size representation in both mangas. There's a bigger character in Dead Dead Demons too, which is cool. And what I like is, even though these characters are bigger characters, the artists like made it their business to make these bigger characters look cool, and I thought that was pretty cool. There's not really a romantic subplot in Dead Dead Demons, not that I could think of. No spoilers, of course, I'll say that once again, but I will say that both the aliens are strong in both the storylines. Not literally though, because in Dead Dead Demons, the aliens are kind of pathetic. What makes Dead Dead Demons stand out is it's an alien invasion, but they're very small, weak creatures, and they see us humans and they're like, oh my god, like humans are big and strong. And they're kind of intimidated, so they just chill in the sky for a while and try to figure out what to do. So the humans like, when are they gonna attack us? What are they gonna do? I'm so scared. And then after a while, like some years go by and they're just like, I don't care anymore, I'm gonna keep living my life. And it kind of reminds me of the pandemic that we went through. Like some people didn't have any loved ones, get sick or die. So they were like, I'm tired of being in the house. I'm tired of quarantining. I'm tired of being afraid. I don't feel like I have anything to be afraid of. And, some people are like, well, I lost my brother. I lost my son. I lost my mom. They had a lung issue. They just got sick and passed away. So there is a danger. You just haven't experienced it yet. But to some of these people, they're like, I'm not wearing my mask, I'm not getting vaccinated, I'm not doing any of that because I don't feel any real danger. So think of that mentality and then think of this story where it's like, these guys aren't really invading, they're just chilling in the sky. I'm sick of not living my life. I'm gonna live my life. So people are like, living their lives and doing their thing. And the invasion happens in such a strange way. They finally come down to Earth. And we beat the crap out of them. And everybody's like, see, there was nothing to worry about. But as we beat up these small aliens, there's repercussions. Things happen and it gets dark. And then honestly, how it is with like a zombie apocalypse, realistically, or any other apocalypse that we have, the most terrifying force isn't what's going against us, it's us. We will destroy each other before something can destroy us. That's just proven in a lot of media, and all the wars that we go through, all the prejudice that we've endured, all the things that have happened, at least in America. I don't know world history that well. Some places might have had a different, list of things happen, but here, there's been a lot of bloodshed and a lot of death for just slight differences and fear. People are like, all right, well, gotta get them before they get us. And then we end up getting us. Like, we don't even need to wait for the opposition because we've become the opposition, which is really sad. In this story, it just takes a lot longer for that to happen because in this story, Japan is just chilling. The invasion starts in Japan. All the other countries are like, yo, y'all need to do something about that giant unidentified object in the sky. Like, it's just sitting there. America's freaking out. All other countries are like freaking out. Should we nuke it? Should we crash something into it? And Japan's like, just wait, let's just see what happens. We don't know. And it's just an interesting take on alien invasion. Usually aliens pull up, they do a drive-by, they abduct people, they experiment, whatever. And Don to Don, things are happening kind of wild because of the aliens. And it's the total opposite in Dead Dead Demons, but you can cut the tension with a knife. Like, it's so thick. And Don to Don is just crazy. It's just insanity. This is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Don to Don is like, is this a slice of life? And then when things pop off, you're like, oh yeah, it is aliens, it is supernatural, it is dark. And now I've gotten so connected with these characters because I've checked out their personalities, what their passions are, what they do for fun, who their friends are, what they're obsessed with. Like, I know these characters. So when bad things or good things happen to characters that you've connected with, it hits twice as hard. See, Don to Don, when things happen, it's a sea of things. So it's like, oh, that's crazy. So they kind of get you with the shock value. Dead Dead Demons creeps up on you. And it's not slow by any means. Like, our characters are so crazy that even if it feels like a slice of life, it's not a boring slice of life. It's very eventful. It's very sporadic. I've been writing a lot lately. I've been working on my own novels and my own stories, and I'm learning the importance of the narrative lens. And if the narrator can show you the world completely in their own way and their unique, vision, then you get to see the world the way that they see it, and it gets to be exciting because that character is exciting. If your character is boring, even if crazy things are happening, through that lens, everything is still going to seem mundane, and it's going to feel just bland, just lifeless, because that character is bland and lifeless. So both these stories have amazing characters, and if you're a fan of Dandadan, you should check you should check out Dead Dead Demons. The manga is incredible. Like I showed you, the art is absolutely beautiful. The anime is beautiful too. Me, I'm not an anime hater by any means. Like, I'll admit when an anime is better or when a manga is better. But what I have to say for this right now, so far, I think the manga is a little bit better for Dead Dead Demons. And I feel the same way for Dandadan. So if you're a manga reader, definitely try the manga. If you're an anime watcher, you can't really go wrong with trying the anime because I think they're both on a similar level. Listen to me this time. Check out one of my recommendations because y'all were sleeping on Dandadan and now y'all love it. So anybody that didn't listen to me before, maybe you should start because I'll be knowing what I'm talking about. Alright, this is your boy, Whimsical William. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.